Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am testing out a bunch of new beauty sponges here. Just dropped one. Lovely. If you guys want to see a little first impression review on these new beauty sponges, then definitely keep watching this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed. I found some really good ones, some beauty blender dupe maybe even. It's been a lot of fun testing these out. If you guys want to see that, then just keep on watching. So today we're going to be reviewing the new Real Techniques Diamond Complexion Sponge. I also have the EcoTools Perfecting Blender Duo. These are new. And then I also have the Ulta Beauty Complexion Perfection little kit here. I heard this one was really good, so we're going to try those out today. I also have been testing out the new Morphe sponge for the past 4 or 5 months now, and I love this. So I'm gonna go wet these sponges and then we're gonna begin to test them out. So I am back from wetting all of these beautiful sponges, and I already have some opinions just based on wetting them. The Ulta sponges, like the bigger one, feels really soft. It's not dense, it's squishy, it did grow in size, and it does feel comparable to the Beauty Blender. The smaller one, on the other hand, is a little bit more dense. It did grow in size, and it feels like this one retains moisture. Moving on to the EcoTools sponges. This green one feels really nice, really soft. This one did increase in size, and this one is really squishy and fluffy almost. And this one, on the other hand, feels really dense. It kind of feels hard almost. It's not squishy like this one is. And then the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge is really squishy, as you can see. Did increase a little bit in size, and I'm excited to try this. Already primed my face. Now I'm going to go in with one of my new favorite foundations. This is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. Don't know how to pronounce it. It's the matte foundation. I love it. 2 drops on my hand, and then I'm going to paint this onto my face. The shade is really light. Like my winter shade, I guess you can say. I've really been liking kind of just painting the foundation on first and then setting it with a beauty blender, just so you're not putting all the product right onto a beauty blender. This is like the way that it gets distributed evenly on your face first without having the beauty blender to soak up all that extra product, you know what I mean? So I have a light layer on first. Let's go in with, which one? Let's go in with the diamond sponge on this side of my face. I don't even know which angle to use it at. This one's gonna get dirty fast, which I'm not gonna like. It feels nice. The shape's a little weird. Probably good for concealer. Use the flat edge on my chin. So I'm just gonna stop at this section just because I have so many other sponges to test out. Blended out the foundation nicely like any other sponge would. Let's add a little bit more foundation. I will be sad when this sponge gets dirty though. Blended things out nicely. I like it. It's a little weird, but I like it. Let's do the forehead with the Ulta sponge. This one feels nice. I don't think you can buy this anywhere else besides that kit that they just had, and that kit is on clearance right now for $6. This one feels really nice. Really nice. I think I don't know, like I like the Beauty Blender. This one's like really comparable to it. That did a really good job. Really liking that one. Now let's go into the EcoTools, the bigger green one for this side. It does have a different shape. Let's see how that works. It's good for around your mouth, I would say. And this one does have a good texture to it. It's squishy and soft like the other ones. So that is it for foundation. I think the sponges worked really good. I am weirded by the shape of this and how it's going to get really dirty. Not that big of a fan. I really like this Ulta sponge, and I actually really like this BROWVO tool sponge also. Not hugest fan on the shape, but it has a good texture like these two do. We're going to do concealer. We will use the smaller ones for that. If you follow my channel and watch my videos, you would know that I'm not the hugest fan of concealer. I don't really think it does much for me. It just ends up caking and drying my under eyes out. I'm going to use a little bit of this Urban Decay color correcting fluid in peach. I guess we'll do one eye and then one eye. So we'll start with this one, the Eco Tool sponge that I am not the hugest fan of, just because texture wise already this is a lot denser than all of them. The shape's really weird. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one already. Now we're going to use the smaller Ulta one. It's the baby. Right off the bat, I like this one a lot better than the Eco Tools one. It just has more flexibility to it. Moving on to concealer. Using the Urban Decay Naked Skin. Don't even know like what angle to use. Alright, concealer and foundation are done. I do have final opinions on these. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and then we'll get back to the final review. Okay, so I have the rest of my makeup on. Now let's get into the final review of these sponges. In terms of softness and like squishiness, I guess you could say, we'll go in order. So the softest one out of the bunch is definitely this Real Techniques Diamond Sponge. It is really soft, really squishy. The shape though throws me off, not the hugest fan of the shape. Then next we have the Eco Tools, the bigger sponge. This is really soft. Then comparing it to the Morphe sponge, this one's a little bit lighter and softer than this one. This one is definitely squishy, but this one just feels heavier than this one. Then we have the two Ulta sponges. They're pretty soft. They're just not as light and soft as the ones I just mentioned. And then lastly, we have the smallest Eco Tools sponge, which is kind of stiff and I do not like. So in terms of shape, I do not like the shape of the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge. It's just really awkward. The pointiest part is flimsy, so I don't think it's even like good for concealer. And my favorite of the bunch is definitely this Ulta sponge. This is really good sponge for $6 in a kit. It's really good, really comparable to the Beauty Blender and all the other really good sponges that are out there. I like this sponge from Eco Tools. I'm not the hugest fan of the shape either. I just think the shape is just a little too big. I mean, it's good around your mouth and your brows, I would say, but not really for the eye. But it is a good soft sponge. The Morphe one I have been using for a few months, like I mentioned, and this is probably my favorite out of the bunch, not including the Ulta sponge. This one, just because I've been trying it for so long now and I love it, this is definitely the second favorite of the bunch that I tried. I do like this little one. I know it is a little bit fat to be a smaller sponge. A lot of the other ones are smaller, but this is a good under eye sponge for both powder and concealer. So out of the new ones that I tried, Ulta sponges are definitely my favorite. I really like the Morphe one. Still iffy on the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge. And then I like the Eco Tools Big Sponge, but I hate the smaller one. And that is it. Thanks for watching. If you are new to my channel, go subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.